Welcome back to Teach a Man to Fish channel. Today's video is going to be using a new jalapeno popper tray in the smoker. Let's go ahead and get started.
So I did purchase this through Amazon. I'll put a paid link down below where you can go to get this. It's a pretty nice setup. It comes with both the tray and a corer. Later on in the video, we'll be talking about the features of this thing. The serrated edge, the little grabbing grip, wedges that are right through there, and how this works.
You're going to want to use large jalapenos when you're using this tray. If they're smaller, you can just take a toothpick and put it through and have it rest on that.
And of course, if you're unable to find fresh jalapenos, you can go into the store, just rifle through, find the ones that are the most fresh and larger. The other thing that's good about growing your own jalapenos is you can get the red jalapenos. Those are actually fully ripe and a little bit sweeter, maybe a little hotter too.
These beautiful serranos. So you can see through here, there's a storm that came through, did some damage in the garden, pushed things over, but it's also been an incredible pepper year.
So let's take a close look at this corer. It's got some serrated edges, those are the ones that plunge into the meat of the jalapeno and make the cut on the webbing. Those little, again, I don't know what to call them, but they grab the core and pull it out. And then there's a serrated edge on the front that you can use to cut with. I actually was not that impressed with that. It kind of butchered that end. And you'll see in just a minute, I ended up using just a regular knife.
Some people like to use gloves when they're handling the jalapenos because you will get that heat all over your hands, or that oil, that hot oil. You'll feel it for a couple of days. It doesn't bother me, so I don't use gloves.
There you can see I'm just cutting the ends off, and it's not quite as butchered or jagged. And when you're cooking these on the grill, you have an advantage when you're making these things into little buckets or cups. Your cheese, your stuffing stays in much better and doesn't end up running down onto the grates. This is pretty important during the smoking process. It takes a little bit longer to cook to get that bacon crispy in the smoker, but it's well worth it. Next up, we'll get the stuffing together. That includes cheese, softened cream cheese, dried onions.
So I use dried onions in this circumstance inside the mix, because if you put in fresh onions in there, they're going to release too much liquid and it's going to get soggy inside that cream cheese.
I use bacon bits, but of course you can use real bacon. I also add a little bit of simple sweet rib rub. That rub gives a little bit of extra flavor, some salty and some spicy. Grab yourself some heavy-duty sandwich bags, and you can simply do a piping into each of those little cups created by the jalapeno shell.
The bacon you're going to want to use needs to be thin. It crisps up nicer in the smoker.
With this tray, you actually don't have to use any toothpicks to hold that bacon together. That's pretty unique. I like that a lot. I also really like that you don't have to worry about all that cheese and stuffing dumping out of your poppers. And I like a little bit more of that rib rub on top.
Let's head out to the grill.
So we have this grill running at about 275, 300, and it takes longer than you might think. Maybe an hour and a half or so, or an hour.
If you're putting barbecue on top of each one, you pick your favorite barbecue sauce and just put a little dab across the top.
These results are indisputable. They hold together nicely, all that cheese stays in, it even puffs up a little bit, those jalapenos get tender. Oh my gosh, this is so good.
So YouTube says that this video is perfect for your viewing habits. This is my latest upload, and over here is a playlist of all of my jalapeno cooking. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click like, subscribe, share, and come on back for more.